What's good, y'all? This is Everything's Blurred, episode 33. The Pippen, the Larry Bird, the Grant Hill, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Patrick Ewing.
I think we got to leave it at the Kareem.
Yeah, for
you know what I'm saying. I was listening to some stuff this week, and I was like, damn, I knew Kareem was nice, but Kareem was nice.
Yeah.
Kareem was putting up Jokic numbers.
But at least he beat Phoenix.
And winning. Anywho.
What's good, y'all? This is yours, Shirley Breon here. What's good?
Welcome back, Breon. It's your man, Tommy. Yeah. Domestic violence is real. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that abuse, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We you don't want to put your hands on. I'm just fucking around.
What really
happened?
What really happened? I didn't see
Man,
that.
I just cut my hair shaving in the shower.
No, I didn't see that Band-Aid at first. I was like, then you pointed out, like, damn, that is a.
Is Sean frozen? Or
No,
okay, all right.
I'm tripping off your dumb ass, man. All you had to say was, I just fell down the steps.
Yeah,
like
Domestic violence is real.
Yeah, that's how bro, look, bro, don't be like Ike. Like, okay, we know.
It's not a one-way street.
And it's funny, I didn't see that at first when you popped the screen up. And then all of a sudden
the way he was, because he just put the joint on and he just,
You had to lean into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was good, y'all. I'm the one that has itis from brunch. Shout out to Cheesecake Factory. Got these cinnamon roll pancakes. Amazing. I am the MR.SHAUN, Mr. Sean. Welcome to episode 33. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome.
All right. Let's get the BS out the way. But no, I'm not going to say it's BS. Let me not say it like that. But VERZUZ have in the past has given us two matchup like some very good.
I was like, where is he coming from
with
this the BS?
I mean, y'all wasn't saying shit, so I had to say something. How the hell?
No, we said the BS though.
Yeah, the BS.
I was like, oh snap, what's going on?
So VERZUZ have provided, some great and classic matchups. The Swiss beats Timberland, that being the first, along with the rematch they had Memorial Day weekend. You could say that the RZA DJ Premier one was a classic one. Escape SWV was a good time. You know what I'm saying? For all the aunties and your mama and them, Gladys and Patty, they've had some great ones. But these two coming up, So I believe is it next week or is it 2 weeks from now? Coming up real soon is the versus between Eve versus Trina. All right, Philly versus Miami, 215 versus 305. You know what I'm saying? That's one for the ladies. And to be honest with you, it's cool. It's cool. I didn't think they really had 20 in the clip, but we'll see how that goes. And the next matchup after that, when you heard it from their camps, I was like, oh, all right, yeah, whatever. It's probably not official. But then VERZUZ came out and said it's official. Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow.
It really happened.
You know what? It's not for you, man. It's not for us.
But you wanted to talk about it.
Man, it's happening.
So
It's happening. Just like Trina and Eve.
No, nobody expect that.
It's happening.
No one expected that one, and it's still an interesting matchup. Like I'm gonna watch a little bit of that one.
No, it's not.
What makes it interesting to
for
you?
real. It's not interesting.
For me?
Yeah. What makes it interesting?
Because I didn't expect these two, so I want to see how it works, how it goes. I want to know the song selections that they use. I haven't seen
the song selection. Okay. What else?
I want to see the songs.
What y'all niggas want? Put over the ass you fat. Oh, that ain't wordy.
Okay, what's up? Shut up. We kind of talked about it in the group chat, but I would listen to that because I supported. I bought Eve's albums. I've listened to her stuff. The times where Trina were on songs, I didn't mind them, and I enjoyed their videos. So I would watch it out of curiosity of how it goes, and that's
and that's the only reason.
Sure, they don't need no intermission.
What'd you say, B?
I said they don't need no intermission for that one. They're like,
just let it ride, just let it play out.
Yeah, that's it, man. We don't.
And it's that, and it's a
take a break for it.
It's gonna be like 37 minutes.
Yeah. For real, you better call
39 minutes.
But I never call a Trick Daddy. Like he helped.
But I know what you. Oh, he ain't doing nothing. He most likely will show up.
Yeah.
And then I would like for Eve to, pay a little homage to DMX. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it for that factor of it. So, like I said, I'm more fans of those two young ladies' music. And Tommy, I know what you're trying to do earlier. You ain't slick, nigga. And so
I'm just trying to get to the truth.
Moving on.
I'm just trying to get to the truth.
Moving on. That's like what was that with Funk Flex and Tyler the Creator? And Funk Flex is like, you trying to deviate? I see what you're trying to do, and Tyler's like, I'm not doing nothing.
No. Tyler was doing the most on that interview. I'm just trying to get through all this cap, as the kids say today.
It's not.
And it's
cap.
not cap. I'm being
cap,
extra.
yo.
I'm being extra. It's not cap at all. Everything you're saying
I'm being for real about it.
Everything you're saying is legit, but there is a major thing floating out there though that has not been mentioned. Eve as an artist, I will give you that. I agree with everything that you said. When Eve dropped, and not even when Eve dropped, like when she was coming up when doing her solo thing, the Rough Riders was on the come up. She was on some of those tracks and everything. Dope. Niggas thought she looked good, but they respected that she could actually rhyme. I don't know about y'all, but I did not have that same feeling with Trina. I have never bought a Trina album. I've never downloaded a Trina album for free, just off the bootleg. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I'm familiar with Trina.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, I don't know if her catalog has 20 joints that's going to be recognizable to a large audience outside of the Miami folk.
Mm-hmm.
But that ass though.
See, you said it. I didn't. I think there's like a couple times where I think the three of us have always had something was said, because for a good however long WandaVision was on, every week B was on here, Tiana Paris. Nigga did a whole joint on his IG dedicated to Tiana Paris and all that.
And she liked it too, right?
Did she?
I wish, but no.
Oh, she didn't? Oh, my fault.
So
I thought she had liked it or something. I thought somebody maybe said.
So technically, he did shoot a shot. If you think about it.
Always
I'm fucking
appreciating
with
her
you.
for the talent, because she is a very talented actress. Been in a lot of stuff.
Very
She's
talented.
really kind of
Yeah,
getting
yeah, she's
a
dope.
lot more shine now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So shout to her.
Yeah. Salute to
But you were saying,
um, but yeah, no. Trina's a very attractive young lady. But yeah, her music was cool, but it, like you said, I didn't really go out and buy her stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how many albums she have, but she must have enough to have 20 tracks. And like I said, I think she's gonna do stuff that's a mixture of like the songs that the hits that she had, a little bit that she had, and the stuff that she was featured on. And after that, it might just be some like she might be coming out with new music. And I think she might have a song. I want to say she has a song with the City Girls, maybe. So, you
that
know,
makes sense.
so I can see that. Now with Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow, that's a whole nother situation. That's the thing where if I was born between 1987 and the year 2000, I'm all in. I probably would be all in. But I'm not. I'm an older guy, and that's not what I didn't take Soulja Boy that serious as as an artist, and I still don't.
Let
Bow
me ask you
Wow.
this. Because you was around for the 106 in Park heyday. You know what I mean? Bow Wow, Mr. 106 in Park. I'm not saying you was checking for the Bow Wow records, for the Bow Wow videos on that joint, but you know, Bow Wow was doing this thing on
He had a
106.
presence, yeah.
You know what I mean? Hosted for a minute. But with respect to Soulja Boy, did you look at the Breakfast Club interview that he had maybe 2 years ago now, I think, where he was like,
About that.
you
You
know
stole
what
my bars.
I mean? Drake!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drake!
You stole my flow.
And you're forgetting another interview. You're forgetting the DJ Vlad when he's explaining the shooting at his place.
Yeah.
That's another
Well,
classic.
that was more informative, I think, to me, because of like how he was breaking down things on the Vlad. The Breakfast Club was just straight entertainment. You know what I mean?
But people say that Vlad one is entertaining as well. Him telling that story, it was a challenge. It was an online challenge to do that. To redo that story, to retell that story the way he did it. Because I think Joe Button did it. I want to say, yeah.
So so that's really why I wanted to bring this up. It's not because the music that both of these gentlemen put out is like, yo, I can't wait to see that. I'm looking at it from a perspective of, yeah, I know who both of these dudes are. Last time we heard from Soulja Boy, or last time I heard from Soulja Boy, he was just funny as hell to me on the Breakfast Club. And we'll throw the Vlad interview in there too. He's also a young entrepreneur too, on the low. So shouts to
I'm
him
not
for
knocking him
whatever
for
he's
his
doing.
business.
But and then Bow Wow on the flip side, he's had his success musically in the recording industry, but he's also had just some different public incidents and little nonsense that has popped up over time, like the joint where he posted like, oh, I'm flying out on the private jet, and then like somebody else was like, yo, this nigga's literally on my Southwest flight right now. You know what I mean? So I just look at it as like, it will just be entertaining for nothing music related. I just want to laugh. So that's how I'm feeling about this upcoming versus. And like I said earlier, I don't think this is for us, like you mentioned. You're familiar with them,
Exactly. That
but
particular versus is not.
if
for
you're
us.
looking at Swiss and Tim from a business standpoint, they done already done their thing so much with some of the older acts, the people for for our generation, for even older than our generation, and
Disagree.
we can't
They
just
didn't do
leave.
enough. They didn't do enough. It's plenty.
I'm not
It's
saying
plenty more for
that
us.
they've done enough. I'm just saying they've done a lot thus far, considering how long the platform's been around. But they haven't really done nothing for that younger generation, I don't think. So you just leaving a whole generation of people out there. You know what I mean? You're ignoring them. You're not catering anything to them. So why not?
I hear you,
Mm-hmm.
but pick a better damn matchup than that. You could have did
But you just
Omarion
said.
versus somebody, Chris Brown versus somebody.
How do you know that won't happen? I'm just saying,
I'm
like
just
you
saying,
said,
it'd
if you was
be
born
nice.
between this year and this year, you'd have been on it.
Between this year and this year.
You said earlier if you was born in like 90 whatever, or
between 87
this
and
would have been
2000.
your thing. So that's why
I'm saying that
I
from
don't
a
even
rap.
think 87.
I'm saying that from a rap perspective, from a hip hop head perspective.
Yes.
But the people that I mentioned were R&B. When I said Omarion and Chris Brown, that's more R&B, even though Chris Brown does both. But
I'm just talking about generationally, which artists are going to resonate more with which age groups. So whether it's R&B or rap or whatever, they needed to do something. I think. They didn't need to, but I felt like it would be silly to not.
I just feel like this is, and this is probably just me personally speaking, but I just feel like this isn't the matchup for me. For that, I hear what you're saying with the generation, and there's younger, and there are other talents around that age group that are dope.
Right.
But for this to be the first one out of that generation, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not. And as far as it being entertaining to me, I don't think it's going to be entertaining to me because I'm looking at it because I'm not thinking of, because all that other stuff you mentioned, the different interviews they did and all that is extra stuff. I'm not worried about that extra stuff. Okay. I'm worried about the music. I've always been about the music. So their music don't hit me, is not for me. So this versus is not for me. The Eve and the Trina joint is partially kind of my thing because I've supported Eve over the years. I've some of the Trina stuff was cool or whatever. So I'm just curious as to how long I'm watching it to see, how it's going to go, how long it's going to be, what song, stuff like that. Like I kind of don't mind that. So, you know what I'm saying?
What Sean's trying to say
is out for a little bit. What
Sean trying to say is this: for Trina and Eve, y'all cool and sexy and fine. I watch y'all. Bob on Soulja Boy, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all white niggas. Y'all niggas what?
Pretty much.
Pick someone else.
And if you think about it, and I always go back to this, but it's true. The Eve versus Trina matchup makes more sense than the one last year with Nelly versus Luda. That's a style clash. The Eve and Trina thing is not really a style clash. The only difference is, like you said, Tommy,
it's a skill clash.
Eve is a better rapper.
Yeah. So
Eve is a better rapper than what Trina is.
What was that? Neo and
against somebody Austin? Jonte Austin?
Oh, Jonte Austin.
I didn't watch that one. I should have went back and found that one.
Did they do that? I thought it was somebody else in Jonte Austin.
That's one of the...
It was Neo.
It was Neo Jonte. That's like one of the early joints.
Oh. It was like after the Timbo and Swifts.
Yeah,
I
that
missed
was an
that one
early
because
joint.
they both is like is great songwriters, got
Yeah.
crazy catalog
Mhm.
over the years and stuff. I might have to go back and watch that again, or watch
I'm
that
gonna
for
have
the
to.
first time because I missed that.
I have to watch that period. I still gotta, even though it was a mess, I still want to watch the 112 one.
That was a mess.
And
No, don't watch that.
I just want to watch just to see how bad it was.
So bad.
Sometimes I like watching certain train wrecks.
Technical difficulties, the technical
And-
See,
problems.
this
the
is what I'm
audio.
saying. This is what I'm saying.
I ain't know
This is
112 was
certain trains,
half of 12, half of 112. It was only two of them.
It was
Only two of them. Should have been
It was
12.
56.
It was, yeah. I was trying to do the math.
Thank you.
real quick
Yeah,
myself.
thank you.
I was
Yeah.
like, I was about to say 60 something and be mad wrong. But that's what I'm saying. Like you said, some train wrecks, you just want to watch. That's kind of how I feel about this Soulja Boy Bow Wow joint.
Enjoy that train
I don't
wreck.
know if it's going to be a train wreck, but
I'll say
tune in
this.
for a little bit. It's nothing
If we talking performing, Bow Wow can perform.
Mhm.
I just saw the man perform on Masked Singer as the Frog, and he killed it. He was one of the last people to be let go that season that he did it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
He performed his hits.
No, he didn't do his hits.
Oh, okay.
He did other people's songs.
Oh, okay.
But the way he performed them, dancing, singing, getting the crowd involved, he was performing. He was a showman. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I don't, and like I said, Soulja Boy, I don't take him serious as a rapper. I mean, I'll give him his props with what he did with the internet and how he broke into, crank that and, all that. And how it seemed like right after that happened, rap got into that shift of, online. But
yeah, he did a Lil Nas X. He was Lil Nas X.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't take him serious as a rapper, and I think he's one of the wackest rappers alive. Like if there was a whack rapper Mount Rushmore, he would be on that bitch, straight up and down.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Well,
I don't agree.
I didn't expect
for
this
those that are fans of Eve and those that are fans of Trina, check it out. I think it's this week. And I don't know when the Bow Wow Soulja Boy one is, but if you're from that, if you were born between 87 to 2000 and you rock with them, then enjoy.
I'm not even going to say 87.
I
think 87 is too, like you got to push that back a little bit further.
Disagree. Because Bow Wow was born in 87 and there were kids his age that was fucking with his music. 87 to 2000.
But I don't know nobody today that was born in 87 that's like, yo, I really fucked Bow Wow.
That's you.
So you know cats right now that's like, yo, that Bow Wow Soulja Boy side.
There's probably some people.
Bow Wow's my dude.
There's probably some people out there.
Yo, it was on Instagram.
I'm sure there are. I just don't know any. That's what I'm saying.
Someone posted on Instagram that freestyle he did back, when he was on Rap City, The Basement. This one that he, what was that? I think the second album or third album. This one he puberty hit and he started his voice changed and all that. And it was a freestyle. He did like his own version of Dreams of effing R&B. It was like Dreams of messing around with some female celebrity, and he mentioned all these. He killed it though. He mentioned all these. You can tell it was written, but it was like he did his own version.
Well, you better kill it if it's written.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody keep posting that one about him when he freestyled that. And you're like, J Lo, I don't know, man. I don't go where everybody's been. Like, okay. That's when she was messing around with Ben Affleck. Well, years later, still is, but but that's another story. But yeah,
what's the matchup on 4th of July?
That's hopefully it'll be a great one. I don't know.
I don't know if they made that announcement yet.
Yeah, they ain't made an announcement, but hopefully it's something to make us feel better.
They'll probably mention it after the Eve versus Trina.
Yeah, something to make us feel better. Like, yo, y'all thought this was. Don't worry, we got y'all.
The rematch, Swiss and Tim.
Actually, I thought the rematch was gonna be Teddy Riley and Babyface. I ain't expect.
I did too, right? Yeah, I thought so too.
I never thought that. People were saying that. I never thought that. So when I found out it was Swiss and Tim, I was like, that makes more sense. And I never watched that. I never watched that first one he did. But I would definitely go back and watch that.
The first one.
I never finished the one he did a couple years ago with him and Just Blaze.
Him and Just, yeah. I didn't watch that whole thing either, but I didn't know they even had a first one that was on the VERZUZ platform.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I thought they might have done it.
They done it, but it wasn't as marketed. It wasn't as marketed as it is now. But they did it, and like I remember on Twitter, people was like talking about, yeah, Timbo and Swiss they battling, and I'm like, oh, I didn't catch it, but then I was reading what everybody was saying. Everybody was just surprised that Swiss did the Anti-Stone joint. So it was like, yeah.
All right. Well, we talked about this much longer than I really anticipated. Like I wasn't even trying to
cut the BS.
Get into the Bow Wow Soulja Boy like that. But I just thought it was something that was like, all right, well, I'm not checking for the music like that, but I think it might be entertaining. You know what I mean?
Not for us.
But and if it's not, then it's getting cut off. You know what I mean? It's not appointment. It's not an appointment versus watching. You know what I'm saying? But what's next?
I don't know, Avery.
Chicken neck MCs get me vexed. You know what? Let's go from that to some other Black excellence. Simone Biles, still just whipping ass. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen any gymnast that just was like this dominant.
Yeah, I was like
ever.
Yeah.
Like she's I don't care what country they're from.
Like she's out doing like what was it in the 80s? White girl. What was her name?
Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mary Lou.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
No. You know what I'm saying? Like, never.
Mm-mm.
So
y'all saw that video when she did that like double flip, like that was crazy. Like she killed it both in practice and on the event. Like like it was nothing.
And I was seeing something where it was like, her routines don't really even need to be like that hard for her to win.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, but I can. So let me just do that shit. It's like some real hard body shit. Like
none of y'all ain't doing it. Let me do it.
Well, for those that don't know, Simone Biles is the first woman to win 7 U.S. championship titles in gymnastics. So she a young goat. You know what I mean?
I did see on the outfit, the leotard or whatever, when she was competing, she had like the goat, little goat sort of emblem on her joint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Hey man, do your thing.
And apparently, she has an NFL player boyfriend, Jonathan Owens. They had some type of little friendly competition going, and apparently she bust his ass in it. So
don't surprise me. I don't know what the competition was.
I forgot what it was. It was like a strength type of competition, but it kind of reminds me of those. Is that Fruit of the Loom? And they'd be like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Haynes.
Yeah.
Heinz ketchup.
I was like, Heinz?
Yeah, Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah, Heinz ketchup and mustard. Yeah, they were just, yeah.
So that's the first example of Black excellence that happened during the week. Second one that happened, not only is this an example of Black excellence. But you know, we are in Pride Month, so you know this one is for those that represent the LGBTQIA plus community.
Oh, QIA.
Q is queer, I is intersexual, A is asexual.
Yeah.
And then plus is for like any more shit that gets added
Everything
on.
else. And so
Okay.
shout outs to Lena Bloom, who was the first transgender woman to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, man.
All right.
Actor, model, dancer, activist. I want to say she was on the show Pose. I want to say.
Was that on FX or was that on?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on
yeah.
FX Pose. I thought it was like Netflix or Star.
And yeah, I'm surprised that it's not continuing after this. I think it's like this their last season. It's like the third season.
Yeah, the last episode was last week.
Especially at this time, you know what I mean, with everything and the climate with respect to the that community. And it's Pride Month and everything. I'm like, yo, for real? Y'all like want to continue this? Okay. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that surprised me. But you know, kudos to her.
Also, I want to mention something. Another Black excellence, another female. Carissa Shields, the boxer. She's the female boxer. She started out, you know, with the Olympics. She won all the medals, and she was also went pro, and she was dominating in that. And now she now in the mixed martial arts, and she won her first win.
She won her first win. Yeah. Won her first match.
Yeah, they got that too. Yeah. Well, she won. Regardless of whether you said. But yeah, she third round. Yeah, third round TKO. So a lot of people said that she wasn't going to fit in. What's up, Tom?
Did you see the match, the fight?
I just saw the highlights.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Congrats to all of these women.
Congrats to all three women. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing the amazing stuff that y'all doing.
But so Davey Johnson, we just need to holler at you for a second.
Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? Avery Johnson's here. You know we got to talk about the playoffs. They still going on, y'all. Let's get into some healthy playoff talk. What y'all feeling?
If Phoenix sweep Denver tonight, that's going to be a problem.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
That's going to be a crazy situation because we said, like, man, they're like the dark horse of the West. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were going to, wow. Like, what changed? Like this goes to show you, this shows hunger in a young team. You know what I mean? Like you know, a team like Denver, you know, versatile team. They can play both ends very well for the floor. You know, but Phoenix is just like, we trying to get a plate. Y'all been here. We have it. We've been hungry.
It's their first time
they
in
doing
the,
that.
in the playoffs.
You know what they doing, B? They doing the Tupac. We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in.
The door, love, with the door to the person down.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing. You know, you can't knock it, man. They, you know, it goes to show you, man, how you know, dope of a leader and the floor general Chris Paul is. You know, we've been seeing Booker balling since this rookie year, man. You know, and you saw that the the potential that Ayton has, you know, and a couple other guys just kind of stepped up and doing their thing, man. So it's a dope thing, man. To you know, it's always good to see the underdog, you know, get a little something there. You feel me?
Yeah, I think I think the sweep is getting complete tonight.
Mm.
I think Denver Jokic is the only person right now that you know is going to show up every game. Shouts to him, won the MVP. If you watch him play, you'd be like, "Yo, he can ball. He don't look like he can hoop, but he's nice."
Jokers really don't look like he can hoop,
but he's
like
nice.
He do something else. like if you didn't know he played ball, you would be like, really? You would think he works in some type of business or
He'll
something.
Be like, "Yo,
you know?
he's just a waste of height, man." Niggas just tall for no reason.
Like, yeah, man, joking. She over in IT. Man. Yeah. He over the computer, you know what I'm saying? He was such a password for you.
Yeah, you
he got you.
Nick and IT. Nick and IT will hook you up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they are without Jamal Murray too. But
no wonder he's
yeah,
quiet.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing great things about Michael Porter Jr. during these playoffs. So he hasn't been showing up?
Not in this series.
Okay. Is he hurt or
they're saying that he might be hurt. They're saying that he might have because he had a back issue, which is the reason why he fell as far as he did in the draft.
Right. I thought it was his knees, but okay, it was his back.
So yeah, back in. So he's like they think he tweaked his back, and yeah, like he just hasn't been he hasn't been hitting shots like that, and still a young player. So I think like he can get a little discouraged, a little down, you know, and that can impact just the way he plays the rest of the game. But like you said, man, Phoenix hungry. They got CP3. They got Book, who's been balling. Book been a killer though. Like this is what this to me, much like in this last year too with Donovan Mitchell in the bubble when him and Jamal Murray was going at it. Like this to me is where I'm looking like, oh, okay, this dude is gonna be different. You know what I mean? Like this is his first time in the playoffs, and he's like, I'm ready. I'm here for this. You know, drop 45 to close out the Lakers. We'll see what he does today. You know, but I think he's going to drop 30 at least. You know, to close out Denver on the road, in the sweep, and like I was saying, Ayton, Jay Crowder, who was talking about the last part a little bit. What's my man name? Mikal Bridges is he's not like a household name, but I think he's one of them dudes that does a lot that every good team needs. Somebody's going to play defense, rebound, all of that. And yeah, and then off of that series, the other series in the West, Utah.
I got a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think next year, right, that Devin Booker could have a shot at being like a possible MVP candidate along with him and do you think like him and possibly Luka could possibly be
Luka
MVP
definitely
candidates going into next season?
Yeah, both of them got a shot. Yeah, they just I mean, by the way it's going, if Phoenix make it all the way to winning the championship, yeah, he's gonna be the Finals MVP. Well, actually, no, you can't base it on that. I'm sorry. You gotta wait till the finals to see how he perform. But if he perform like he performing in the playoffs, then yeah, that's definitely. But me personally, yeah, they both got a shot. They both got a shot to especially too if they see how it goes. They can like be starters in the next All-Star game too. So
I agree with B. I think Luka for sure because the way that Dallas plays is basically kind of like James Harden when he was in Houston. You know what I mean? But Booker, I don't know, and the only reason I say that is because you got Chris Paul on the squad now, and Chris Paul was getting some MVP votes.
Yeah, he should have.
This season,
he should have got it. My opinion, I know the MVP has already been talked about, and Joker won it. Me personally, it should have been Steph Curry, Chris Paul, and I would say, part of me want to say Julius Randle.
He was getting some votes too.
Yeah, so it was like even Derrick Rose got a vote. Wow. So it was like, yeah, I mean, he had a good season too. So it was like, yeah,
he did.
I like it. I respect because Derrick Rose kind of like one of the, like, you know how Grant Hill was before he had all them injuries, and then he came back.
That's what it is.
He was still able to continue. Like he wasn't doing it the way he used to, but he was still.
But he's
effective at what he was doing in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, he even said it that he can't do the things like he can did back there. He said he's scared to jump. Like he said he ain't trying to jump like that. So it's like,
yeah, I'd be scared too. Sure.
So if you saw the old footage, the way he was like, he was like dunking on folks, his landing was like crazy. It was like, bruh.
It's like, damn. I think he dunked on Steve Nash one time, and I was like, God damn.
Oh, you mean no. You mean what's his name? Dragic.
Was it Dragic? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, damn.
When he did the 2-hand pump.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Dragic.
Yes, absolutely. Like him and Russell Westbrook, the most athletic point guards I ever seen.
Yeah. Well, Ja Morant is like up to them.
Oh yeah. Ja got some of that.
That's another one that could be in that MVP conversation if his team is doing better than what they did. You know what I mean? Going in next season.
I don't know. I'm just curious. I don't know. Just curious how it is.
He's exciting to watch, man. He puts on a hell of a show as far as basketball, man. He's really dope to watch. Ja Morant.
Yeah. And it's like curious to see. It's just curious to see how, like, since this is the first time we ain't gonna have no Steph or no LeBron in the finals, and then you're gonna see like, and also too, whatever happens in the off season as far as trades concerned, whoever like big name, that's gonna like change things as well as far as the the atmosphere or the current with the who's hot, who's not on in the league. You know what I'm saying? And, LeBron is like the eldest man now of the NBA. You can say this kind of the same to Steph a little bit, kind of, but yeah. So it's like now we got these young.
He's about 10 years in, right?
Yeah. So you got these young guns coming in, and they like, like I said, Luka, Ja, Booker, even Zion. He had a very improved season this season compared to his rookie. So we don't know, see how that goes. And then, like I said, I don't know who's going to be the top rookie, and you know what I'm saying. Then we got LaMelo and we got Anthony Edwards, and they gonna shine once they in their sophomores. So it's like, yeah. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, LaMelo might be an MVP candidate if Charlotte can finish in like the top 2 or 3 seeds of the East next year.
We'll see.
I feel that.
He's definitely going to be also next year. I say that.
Oh yeah, I think that's when they drafted him. I feel like that's when Jordan finally got it right.
Yeah.
Because we see what Kwame doing.
Yeah.
But his past month,
Hey, don't talk about him. I don't want that smoke, y'all. I don't want that smoke, man.
Bitch.
Yo.
Yeah, for real. Don't talk about Kwame, y'all. I don't want that smoke. We don't want that smoke.
I see what you're doing out there.
For real, I don't want him to come at us, y'all. All that smoke,
Get some
man.
of mama's cooking, nigga.
Bro, he's coming at everybody.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Godfrey, that shit wasn't funny, nigga. It's like, don't play. That was kind of funny.
Has anybody...
Damn, Becky with the good hair? Bitch, I'm on to you. Keep saying that shit. You and that damn Jamel Hill. I got something.
I don't know. Are you doing a Kwame Brown impersonation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's right. You never watched this.
Damn, that's what he sound like. He sound like he like 60 years old. Like that damn.
Because he be on the It's like one clip where he's like on a tractor talking shit. Because he got all his land, you know.
Man.
Yeah,
me
and Kobe had 82 points.
me and Kobe had 81. No, we ain't need you.
He had 82 points. So
like he would be chilling in like his office room. He got his own hookah, and he's just chilling, leaning back in his chair.
I remember this. I remember distinctly. Like it was probably like a good 10, 11 years after he was drafted, right? So we already know he was trash in Washington. I think he went to the Lakers next after that. Was trash there. Then they traded him, got Paul Gasol for, which is crazy. They got a Tesla in exchange for this old beat down, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but it's
like who allowed that to happen? How did that happen? But anyway, and then I was watching the game and Kwame Brown checks it. I'm like, yo, Kwame Brown is still in the league? How? And then I went and looked it up and I was like, he's getting paid $5 million this year. How? So, kudos to him, man. he as terrible as he was. He managed to have a professional basketball career, not overseas, in the NBA for over 10 years, making millions of dollars. Good for him, man. Good for him. But what I was going to ask was, has anybody seen, and I don't know if this has happened, but I feel like somebody should do a meme with Jordan where they put Kwame Brown talking about some shit, and then they take that scene from The Last Dance where he was looking at the at the iPad and just bust out laughing at what he's saying.
Can we make that happen?
I feel like somebody should do that.
Fam.
Oh,
cut
man.
this part out. Do that shit. Cut this part out. Get to it.
Oh man. I would love to see Michael Jordan and Gary Payton just like meet up and just having a conversation. And they probably gonna talk their shit back and forth. You know what I mean? Not like I want to see them go at each other. There needs to be
a mediator for that conversation.
But that would be, and I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
There needs to be a legit mediator, but like Molly needs to be somebody need to be in the middle. Somebody.
Stephen A. could be in the middle.
Stephen A. Yeah, Stephen A. Somebody got to be, because they're gonna. Because it's gonna be like watching a Smack URL face off. They're gonna be talking so much. And I watched a little bit. Gnome 11 was last night. Shout out to Smack. Gnome 11 was last night. I watched a little bit of it on Caffeine. Wasn't that bad. It was some interesting matchups. Beat Out versus DNA. They came up with their first announcement for Summer Madness. It's Reed Dollars versus Moot.
Okay.
And Freeway was there because he premiered his new music video because he did it with Smack in it. But yeah, back to the playoffs. What was the West Coast, the other West Coast matchup?
Utah and the Clippers.
What's that looking like?
Should have won.
So it's 2-1 now. Clippers won the game last night.
Yeah.
We'll see if
2-1,
they can.
whose way?
2-1 Utah. 2-1 Utah. Donovan Mitchell is doing his thing. Last night, I didn't really get to watch the game last night, but I don't think he had one of those. I think he kind of had an off game. He still put some points on the board, but he wasn't killing.
I never meant it. I'm sorry. When you said last night, I thought about that song. Last night, we had an argument.
Lord.
There's too many last night songs. So like, yeah.
Right.
I'm just glad you didn't do the I don't know what group sings it, but it's nasty. You know, the last night I was inside of you joint.
Oh yeah, Ash Yet.
I was like,
Ash Yet. Remember Sean? What was that dude's name? He was in the group. He didn't last. He had a Mark Nelson. I think. Last night I was inside.
I was inside.
No, we used to do the dance move.
Yeah, last night.
The sun, the moon, the mountains, and the
As yet.
You said that's like the ultimate Virgin song. I saw heaven when I missed.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. That was off the Nutty Professor soundtrack.
I had that solo album too. It was all right.
I think I did too. I might have had to take. And then the one dude, he went solo and had a song.
Mark Nelson. I think that's his name. Mark Nelson. Yeah.
But I was also thinking about last night had it all. Yeah. I really had a ball. Last night changed it all. That joint. But yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Utah.
Utah, Phoenix, in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. Because there's something about the Clippers. Something is missing. Oh, was it? Did you say this, Tommy? Somebody said that.
Serge Ibaka is out for the playoffs. Yeah, he had back surgery, so now it's official.
Somebody was saying that the Clippers ultimately have the same type of players. And that's why they're not as good as what they should be or something like that. I forgot who said it. But it was like the guards are the same type of person, the big men are kind of the same. So I was like, I never thought about it like that.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I just think first series, Luka was killing, and you got two supposedly elite defenders in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And they couldn't do nothing with Luka. They still managed to win the series, but they couldn't do nothing with Luka. This round, I guess they're in a better position than they were, but Donovan Mitchell was averaging like 45 through the playoffs, through the first two games of this series, plus the first round. And
Gobert was like, look, yeah, I'm gonna show you why I'm the defensive player of the year, for real.
Congrats to Rudy Gobert. Yeah. How many times is that now? 3 times.
Yeah.
It's the charm. 3 times.
All 3 of y'all.
All 3 of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know, like, I wasn't surprised I wasn't surprised that they won. The Clippers won last night at home. So I definitely see Utah definitely gonna come back, and it was good. I ain't gonna lie, it was good to see Paul George and Kawhi both step it up. I mean, because they was struggling at first. Utah was just getting like Paul George to business. Like, look, overrated. Pandemic P. Like, damn. So I'm like, yo.
Pandemic.
For they was about to edit the his Gatorade commercial. Game, missed the shot. Like, damn.
Hey, yo, for real, like, people do not really fuck with Paul George. Like, back in Indiana,
Yeah.
people ain't really like Paul George.
Yeah.
And the way all of that played out.
Miami still hate him for how he dunked on Birdman. Remember that dunk he did on Birdman?
Birdman.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City was like, damn, son, you just signed a deal.
No, they forgave him.
Then the very next year,
they
you
like
out.
him. They still like him better than KD. So it was like, yeah. So it's nothing like you. Seriously,
Yeah,
they was like when he came back, they was
No.
like,
I'm not disagreeing with you. No, I feel you. That makes sense.
It's crazy too, because you know, like it's some people that there's some OKC people right now who's like, I can't stand that motherfucking KD. But KD was like everything.
Yeah.
In OKC, and then he left.
And it's just crazy how when Russell Westbrook came back, he was in Houston, and he was the first one that actually got a thanks for everything video. You know what I'm saying? Harden and KD left before him and all that, but no, he's like the first one. You know,
Harden got traded, but KD was like, you know what, man, I'm out.
Yeah, for real. I'm going to ones that beat our asses.
I'm going to Golden State.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but Westbrook, you know, he got the video, and then they said that he might be the first to get his jersey retired, or
I think Nick Collison might have his jersey retired.
Yeah, he got his jersey retired. So like my fault. And then but they said he might Westbrook might get a statue outside of when it's all said and done. Like he might get the statue outside the arena.
Not mad at it.
Hey, yo, that's so crazy, but I get it.
He was the most loyal one of the
Chamberlain played for, but I don't know if there's any Wilt statues. And Wilt got a whole record book by itself.
There's a video I saw on YouTube a couple weeks ago that dealt with Wilt Chamberlain that showed like over the years, like how he was still mad athletic even when like way past his prime, like even in his 50s, he was still doing stuff. Like they showed him playing ball and like in a suit and dress shoes. I think it was for like a commercial, maybe. Like the footage looked that old, but it was like he still got it. He still had it. You know what I mean? And he was still in the gym like that and all that. So that was interesting to see that, you know, he too was also one of those like freaks of nature, you know, in a sense. How like freakishly athletic he was. You know what I mean? Even you know, an older age. And I feel you with the KD, because like, yo, let me tell you, one of my former supervisors, right, big O's fan, and anytime that I mention what happened in '96, y'all know what I'm talking about, against the Yankees. That
Jeffrey Mayer.
Damn, this nigga remember the nigga name.
Yeah, man.
God damn. Jeffrey Mayer. He was.
I was hot
shirt and a Yankees hat. I won't forget the motherfucker sitting in the second row behind the guy.
and you will not catch me rocking a Yankee fitted or rocking a Yankee anything. Even though the Orioles is trash, even though the blue and white can be matched and coordinated with so many other things, I just can't do it.
And the crazy part is, like, whenever the Yankees came in town or the Red Sox came in town, mad New Yorkers, mad Boston people came through just to rub it in.
You thought it was like downtown Boston, downtown New York. That's how the harbor would look.
Damn, when you would go down to the harbor when they would play, like the businesses would have like the mannequins wearing Red Sox and Yankee gear, and I'm
oh, hell
disrespectful. What?
I didn't know it was that bad.
No, I've seen that, bro. Like I've seen that a few times, and I work downtown, you know. So I would see that during my breaks. I'm like, why are y'all pandering to these people? They're the ops, son. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But nah. I feel that's like the equivalent of when, you know, LeBron did his announcement and they set his jersey on fire and all that. You know, you know, it's quite a few instances, you know. So and then if you look back at that at OKC, like the different players that went to OKC and left, you kind of think back like, man, what if they kept those guys? Like how far would they?
Somebody did post in a video about that too.
Okay. Because I remember back in maybe 2010 or so, maybe 2011, I used to have a subscription to the ESPN magazine, and somebody made an article about like OKC could win the whatever the following year was championship, and here's how. And they broke it down, and it was like, okay, yeah, you, because I think James Harden was still there, so it was like you keep KD, Russell, so and so and so.
Mm-hmm.
You draft, and I think if it wasn't Jeff Green, then it was remember the dude, he was a center, big man. He went to either UConn.
Yep, Hasheem Thabit. Yep.
And he got drafted, but they didn't know how to.
He didn't,
you know
quite,
what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, and it sucked because it's like I remember how talented that kid was in college. It was like, man, you apply that kid to that team, to that OKC team, man. Because you know Westbrook and KD, they're gonna put up the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What's my man name? Foreign dude. His name had an S in
Steven
it?
Adams or
no?
Oh, I know you're talking about
Cephalosha. Cephalosha was a dope role player. You had Hard coming off your bench, you know, and a couple other guys. So it's like, man, you know, that would have been for real. Like, okay, but it never really went through, you know.
Yeah, when they had Jeff Green, when they had
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You know what I mean? And Jeff Green was nice coming out of Georgetown.
Yeah, and he was like, he's been doing this thing on all the teams he went to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, because I didn't know about the heart thing, because I know I didn't see him for a while. So when I saw him on one team a few years ago, they were saying how he had a heart situation. I was like, oh man. And I think not long after he came out from there, I think that's when he played for Boston, I want to say. And he put up, he had a good game that night. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely feeling Utah in that. And you know, in my ex-clan voice, to the east, my brother, to the east. What's going on over there? Atlanta, Philly. What we looking like?
It's been Philly. Philly got it 2-1.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah, 2-1 with Philly.
I got it's 2-1 Philly. I got Philly winning that. Danny Green is
shooting now.
Hurt. Is he hitting shots?
Yeah, he was making shots on damn Wizards series. I'm like, where the hell are you at, buddy?
Wizards. Yeah, Danny Green is out for however long now. I don't know. It looked like he sprained his calf.
And this is Danny Green, right?
But this is Danny Green. It's not like Joel Embiid or something. But Embiid is looking unstoppable.
Yeah, even with the torn meniscus. So I guess
But Atlanta has not been no slouch though. Like I really Atlanta might have something to say come next season too.
Yeah.
That's what Andre 3000 said 25 years ago. South got something to say.
And that's what's disrespectful about that.
He wasn't referring to the Hawks, though.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 was right. The South got something to say.
And that's what disrespect. I know he ain't bringing up, but the Mount Rushmore thing, they left out Outkast when they did the South thing. I'm like, really?
Did they do groups?
Did they do groups?
They did the South. No, they did the South, the Mount Rushmore of the South. They had like Future, Moneybagg Yo, but they forgot Luda. They had Luda, Outkast, or T.I. in it. I'm like, okay, what's up? Or Killer Mike, or the king of all South, Scarface. That's all I got to say.
Who did this, Mount Rushmore?
I don't know.
Niggas.
I'm looking for him.
Yes, Tommy, we're aware. Niggas did, yes. But specifically, which nigga?
It's a whole bunch of us, but who? It's a whole bunch of them. It's everywhere. Who was that stupid ass?
Yo, well, first of all, here's my thing with the Andre 3000 thing, and I love Three Stacks. I love Outkast, but no one gives Big Boy his fucking flowers, and Big Boy, I think, is just as dope, man. And it sucks because it's like he had a dope little solo joint going on, and it seemed like people ain't really paying attention to it. And I'm like, yo, he's dope, man. Like check Buddy out. You know, and as far as the South goes, as far as the Mount Rushmore, yeah, I will put Scarface, both members of Outkast. And your fourth can be, like you said, a T.I., a Killer Mike. People might put Lil Wayne up there. Yeah. I'm trying to think of another person.
Are we talking all time, or are we talking for a particular era?
If you're talking all time, I would say all time.
Okay.
I would say all time with that. And heck, man, certain people could say UGK, could put UGK in that. Certain people might put 8 Ball and MJG in there. Certain people might put 3-6, just having Juicy J or Paul representing for them. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I was about to bring it back and say Trina just to get a reaction out of y'all.
Who showing?
Trina. Okay, bye. Hi, nigga. Bye, nigga.
I'm back. Like,
about to say this. Hey.
Okay, wait. It's too much dick talk.
Anyway, back to basketball.
I don't know if I've ever listened to that song, the explicit version.
Yeah.
That was about 4 dick mentions in like a 7-second span. I had to cut it off. I'm sorry.
As soon as he heard dick, no, stop this shit.
Cut it off.
I think the holding the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet. Back
I know, right?
to the lab.
Cut that bitch off.
Right.
Playoff update on the Milwaukee Brooklyn series.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving, aka Uncle Drew, aka nigga with the best handles of all time, if you ask me, has gone to the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I guess they don't know yet, but he went up for a shot, came down, landed on somebody's foot, twisted his ankle. Yeah. So now they may be down Kyrie, and James
And
Harden.
James Harden. Ooh.
That's what's up.
Interessante.
Now, somebody said this the other day that I was listening to. I was like, yo, that's a good point. He was saying that he didn't want to see James Harden come back too soon, like really soon, because he just wanted to see KD actually like break a sweat in the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Because ever since he was with OKC and they lost that series to Golden State, everything else has just been like, shit, nigga, you on the super team, you know? Like, I mean, LeBron was going to do what he was going to do, but they weren't winning for real. Like, you know, nobody was beating them if everybody was healthy. So I was like, you know, I feel him on that, because this is one of those times where, you know, like you said, like I was talking about Booker earlier, where he was like, all right, nah, this is the moment. I'm the guy. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm putting the team on my back. I'm getting buckets. We winning. And we know what KD is on that court. So this might put him in a position where he has to kind of get in that mindset, get in that bag. And then it's like, all right, now it's KD and the rest of these niggas. No disrespect to the other dudes on the Nets, but it's KD and them versus Giannis and them. And if Brooklyn still pull it out, being down Kyrie and James Harden, you know, that's just another chip in the bag for KD's, you know, the greatness of KD.
I just saw a video the other day of Spencer Dinwiddie working out.
Mm-hmm. Is he? I guess he's not back healthy 100% to be able to play, but
I feel like next season he'd probably be back in there ready. Because he's still with Brooklyn.
He was nice
he
too.
wasn't part of none of those trades, was he?
He was not part of any of those trades. I feel like he might have been playing at an all-star level at one point too.
He was.
Before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would have been part of the trade. I think if he was healthy, he would have been shipped off to Houston or Indiana or Cleveland or whatever in that trade to get Harden.
Yeah.
If he was healthy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But good for him.
Yeah,
those dumpster fires.
yeah. Like I'm legit curious as to like, as to how he's gonna fit in with that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna come off the bench? Is he gonna like I feel like he probably better off coming off the bench.
Yeah, no, he's definitely coming off the bench on that team.
Yeah,
definitely coming off the bench for that team.
Because they're already stacked. You got Blake, KD, James Harden, Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm like, who you going to sit? You going to sit James Harden? No. You're not going to sit Kyrie. You're not going to sit KD.
Right. Because it's going to be interesting, because off the bench you'll have maybe Jeff Green if they keep him, and Spencer Dinwiddie. You know what I mean? I think Joe Harris also comes off their bench. He's been doing that.
I don't know if he comes off the bench or not. I feel like he starts. I feel like he starts just because he's a shooter. You know what I mean? So all the attention that James and KD and Kyrie get, he just gotta.
Because isn't he a guard? Because I'm thinking,
I think he's a guard. Well, I don't know, because he might be able to play the 3 or the 4, like the way they be doing their lineups in today's NBA. Because you know, you don't necessarily have like the big, yeah.
Because I think one time, in the first game, they were playing small ball, like KD was their 5, and I was like, why is KD brittle ass? All right, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the standing on that Brooklyn-Milwaukee series?
Milwaukee, Brooklyn is up 2-1.
Okay.
Milwaukee, I think, is up right now in the game that's being played. But that's right. But you know that last game that they played, the final score was 86-83. That's like one of them old school, like Miami Heat, New York Knicks, late 90s, Pat Riley versus Jeff Van Gundy. You know what I'm saying? Zoe versus Larry Johnson scrapping. Nobody landing a punch.
Van Gundy on Larry Johnson's ankle for dear life.
You know what I mean? That was one of them kind of scores, one of them kind of games.
There's no, I feel like there's no real rivalry in the NBA like that. Like football, we know what time it is with football because it's like within the division.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we know what time it is whenever we play Steelers, Bengals, Browns. You know what I mean? Like they're all out battles. And then now, because even with us now, our newest rival, you might as well say, is Kansas City. They pushing that. Like, let's be real. I've been saying this for the past couple of years now. Mahomes versus Lamar is the new Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. Let's just call it what it is. The way that they hype both up, and they are worth their hype, former MVPs, things of that nature. You know what I mean? One just got a ring. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, but it's stuff like that. So it's like back then, back in the day, we heard about Celtics, Lakers. You know what I mean? And at one point in time, like in the East, it was a thing of like, or no, I'll say when we were a little bit younger, I'll say Lakers versus Kings. That was a rivalry.
Yes, definitely.
And then I'll say when we were younger than that, it was a thing of back to the East. There was wars between Chicago, the Knicks,
the Pistons,
Pacers, Pistons. Yes. If any of those teams went against the Bulls, it was a dogfight.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe if Shaq stayed at Orlando versus Chicago would have been a new rivalry. If they did what they could to keep Shaq, that would have been a rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
True. True. But the thing about it is like the rivalries back in the day, it was definitely rivalries, but it just seemed like it was just more intense.
Yes.
And more animosity. You know what I mean?
It was more like, competitive.
It wasn't like this everybody dapping, hugging, before the game and shit and all that. No. It wasn't all of that. I mean, you might, hot five at mid-quarter, whatever, before the game start,
Yeah. But it's like wrestling in a sense. When them lights come on and it's time for Raw, SmackDown, we enemies. We talk shit, we cutting promos, we getting ready for the pay-per-view, all that. But when them cameras is off and we leave in the arena, you trying to hit up the bar? Go to the bar. Or they do I know on the network, WWE Network, there's a show called Road Trip. And it's like 2 or more WWE superstars or whatever traveling to the next destination. Like they just got finished doing a pay-per-view, right? So, they got finished doing like SmackDown or whatever. So then they got to go to the next town to get ready for, Raw or something like that. Or no, vice versa. Raw didn't get ready for SmackDown. So they'll show them driving from Seattle because they did Raw in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
But the next day they got to be in Portland for SmackDown. Okay. So they'll show them traveling, you know, from that distance and just talking in the car, telling old stories, you know, things of that nature. And some of these people, it'll be either their tag teams or it'll be the commentators in the car together, or it'll be a thing where it's like, you know, just two wrestlers, like they probably didn't even wrestle for real against one another. They just cool like that. Or might have had, you know, some stuff, and they just in the car talking, chilling, you know, shit like that. And it's like with NBA back then, it's like they got these stories. It's one of those things where it's like
you had to watch either inside the NBA or you had to watch like the pre-games where they would interview people and stuff. You know, you just didn't have all this access, that social media,
right?
The 24/7 coverage of different shit.
Yeah. It's like back then it was like they played the game, they went against each other, they talked their shit, whatever. And then it was like when it was over with, they probably shook hands, whatever, you know. But it seemed like until they got older, that's when it seemed like they respected each other's game more. They might, you know, still have a little digs, you know, because Shaq was still
of course
shit off against Chuck. Chuck, we got one of these, Chuck. Chuck, you might be MVP, but you ain't got no ring, Chuck. You know, stuff like that. And so like you said, nowadays everybody has respect for one another. They respect each other's game. Not too many people is kind of like, you know, coming for your headpiece like that. Like I've seen a dude, what's the guard for the Clippers? Dark-skinned dude got twisties.
I know you talk Reggie Jackson?
No, the other one.
Taller dude. Or you talking about Patrick Beverly?
Patrick Beverly.
Okay,
because he's
one of those types.
Because he's a defender.
Yeah.
And I remember when they went against Golden State and he was giving somebody hell. And they was like clapping or whatever. He was like back in their face. Like he wanted the smoke. He was ready for the smoke. You know, even with Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard is that competitive. Talking that shit on JBP. And I think because you heard the off season, y'all heard that clip. I told you I didn't come here to play. I didn't come here to play. This is my time. Like yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit.
Yep.
You know, is
I didn't come here to waste my time.
I mean, I don't mind it being cool, you know, them being cool and being boys and showing that respect, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Show that sportsmanship. You know, shout out to Drew Holiday, winning Sportsman of the Year. But it's like, yo, when y'all on that court, show no mercy.
That's how it's like, at the end of the day, I think Giannis is one of those players that kind of has that feel, because he's not the type that's working out with everybody and training with everybody in the off season and all of that. Like, he's doing his thing with who he's working with and who's doing his thing with, and that's what it is. So I'm like, I respect it, but I don't know. He might need to have to show up in some of them little runs with, what's the dude name? Chris Brinkley or whatever, the trainer.
And
it'd just be like, it'd be like an all-star game just at the gym. You know what I mean? It'd be like LeBron, James Harden, KD, Russell Westbrook. Somehow Aaron Gordon was able to get up in there. You know, and just a bunch of players, Devin Booker, you know, just working out, just hooping in the summer, playing, you know, just high level competition. So yeah, he might need to be trying to get up in some of them runs.
Breon, what you think, brother?
Just watching right now. So it's like Philly. I'm going with Philly, but yeah, Atlanta, I ain't sleeping on them. They're gonna go with a fight. As for the Milwaukee and Brooklyn, I don't know, it's different now since Kyrie. If Kyrie's like done or like won't be able to be playing for the rest of the series, yeah, that's gonna be something too. Yeah, Giannis and them, they're gonna take that advantage. But if KD, I don't know, and I agree with what Tommy said about how, like, ever since when KD left OKC, it's been, a breeze for him to when he went to Golden State. So it's like, yeah,
Of course.
they really didn't need him, but that's still my thing.
That was a cheat code.
Yeah,
it was like, hey, he's in the budget. Come on.
Right.
No, they.
You know how when you be in the supermarket or something and you get everything in the budget, you go, I got some money left. Oh, let me get them cookies I was on.
No, they Don King the hell out of him doing the player. Hey man, come on. Come on. Hey man, come go stay, baby. It's all right.
Yeah, that was funny when KG did that.
Yeah.
So he did that. Did he do that when AI was like a free agent?
Maybe. Shit.
It was like when somebody was like a guard that was like a big free agent, and KG heard about it. He was like, "You hear me? Come on." I think he was in Minnesota. He was like,
he was in Minnesota, come on. Probably, yeah.
Come through.
So yeah,
that's another one, Tommy. That's another one that when he got on that court.
Oh yeah.
KG.
Well, shit, but KG like would get into it with his own teammates.
Yeah.
Time shit. So yeah, they'd be like, I already knew what he was on. You just don't mess with him.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I
don't. KG had Mamba mentality. Is it safe to say that?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm just watching really pretty much, and I got Phoenix. Hope if they sweep this, that's gonna be crazy tonight. Like I said, I'm going for Utah for the Clippers.
Utah is a good team.
It is.
They are.
Like
they are. Spider been balling. So it's like
Spider's balling. Gobert. We already said what Gobert is. You already know what time it is. If when what's my man name? Mike Conley when he get healthy.
Jordan Clarkson been doing this thing.
Clarkson, shout out to Clarkson. He was 6th man.
What's his name? O'Neal.
Yo, Clarkson looked so different, yo. Like, I remember when he was with the Lakers, the Clippers. Like he was clean cut. Look, this nigga look like a whole thug in Utah. Got the braids. He been in the gym. He got at it up. Pass me the ball, nigga. Pass me the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I didn't know he's Filipino. But yeah.
He looked totally different.
Black and Filipino, or he's pure Filipino?
Black and Filipino.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to all the Black Filipinos. We know quite a few.
Black Filipino.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so I'm just watching. I'm just curious to see how it goes. Like, especially with, like you said, Kyrie's hurt. I know that Giannis and Drew are gonna take that advantage. So it's like, so we'll see how it goes and see how KD can hold up if he's just him, not Harden and Kyrie around. So we'll see.
Let me ask you this. This is a rumor. The following I'm about to say is a rumor. Is not legit. It's a rumor. Dame Lillard, Lake Show.
I'm tired of everybody going to LA. Just play. It's like shit for real, man. It's like,
man, this is a Laker fan saying that.
I mean, yeah, I'm a Laker fan, but I'm an NBA fan. Period. But it's like, it's not even fun anymore if you like.
How does that sound bite go, Tommy? He goes in, he's talking to the first, and he's safe. He's safe.
Yeah.
I don't think the Lakers need. They probably need like one more All-Star. That's it. But like, I don't think
they need shooters.
They definitely need shooters, but I don't know.
They need,
But if he do go, props to him. But I mean, damn, he well, shoot, he has a big contract with Portland.
That's what I thought. Don't he got a max deal with them?
He is old. I want to say $100 and something million over the next 3, maybe 4 seasons.
Yeah, and the same thing. And the same rumor that was like Steph Curry gonna go to LA. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be crazy.
Wait,
No, I could see that.
Steph
Oh,
or Steph?
wait. Yeah,
Steph.
Steph or Seth?
Cook, Chef.
The MVP? Okay.
Oh, Chef. Okay.
Oh, no. I don't see that.
I'm gonna say his real name. No, I'm gonna say his real name. No, I'm gonna say his real name. Wardell.
Wardell. Yeah. Wardell. Yeah. No. Yo, that was funny. I saw that clip of when the one reporter said his name.
He was looking like, what?
He was like, the fuck?
On the real. Are we family?
Is your last name Curry? If not, then don't say that fucking name, nigga.
Bro, are we family?
Your name is my
name, bitch ass nigga.
Did I see you at reunion, family reunion, son? Like,
for real. Was you at Christmas, nigga? No.
For real. Yeah. And he asked a stupid question too afterwards. It was like very stupid. It really was. It was like he was like,
I hate those reporters. I remember when Draymond and KD had a little a little situation, and you didn't hear from him for a while. Then Draymond addressed it, and he was like, "I'll be taking questions, but I will not be talking about the KD situation." And the first person that asked him a question, guess what the question was about? The KD situation. And Draymond just rolled his eyes like, I will not be talking about the KD situation. Any other questions besides the KD? It was like, that's the wrong person you want to do that to, bro. Because Draymond, I feel, if he retires, I could see him, because he was on Inside the NBA a couple weeks ago, and I could see him doing like inside the NBA.
He's definitely going to be. Definitely.
For sure. Because like there are times where I watch NBA TV stuff, and maybe because with the exception of Isaiah Thomas and Grant Hill, everybody else kind of that does the commentating legit came off the bench. They did all right off the bench, and they were like really good college players. But it's like, oh, okay. When did you play? Was you ever an all-star? Why am I taking your word? Like, I'm not playing. But no. Some people are dope. Like I don't knock Haywood. Haywood is cool. It's another guy. Oh, when before he was an assistant coach, Kareem Butler was cool.
Kareem was cool. You know who I've been seeing lately is Jim Jackson.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he good.
Yeah, Jim Jackson good.
I'd rather listen to him than Reggie and.
I'm glad Chris Webber is kind of retiring or.
What's wrong with Reggie? I like Reggie.
I like Reggie.
Annoying as hell. Especially we put him and Chris Webber when they was on.
Oh golly, Wally!
They were trying to make sure who had the corniest jokes ever. It was like, yo, come on.
Reggie, because Reggie be getting hype, and he'd be like, oh man. When he hit that shit, like
click, boom. There's your Kodak moment. That's tight, but that's everything else is like.
I like Reggie. Man.
Oh yeah, no. I need me a shirt with Mark Jackson on it, and he's saying all his stuff. Hands down, man down, mama. There goes that man.
But
that
Jimmy
joint,
Jackson,
bro, man, ball, all that. Now those are fire slogans.
Yeah. And also, I remember
those are battle rap slogans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hand down, man down.
And he tried this. He tried this on the Mavericks and Clippers series. He was like, this when Tim Hardaway Jr. was killing. He was like, yeah.
He had a good series.
Yeah. And so Mark Jackson was like, yeah. And then here you go, Dallas up a lead, then boom, you see a three the hard way. I'm like, oh. it was like, wow, Mark Jackson. Like, yeah.
That's a dad joke right there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. The hard way.
Yeah, but Jimmy.
Have you ever watched BoJack Horseman? I'm sorry.
I've seen a few episodes from the first season, but I didn't continue it.
So like, whenever BoJack would say a joke that was kind of like corny, he'll be like, "Did you get it? Did you get it?" And he'll constantly say, and then he'll bring it down. So like we said, I was like, "Did you get it? Did you get it through the hard?" Because his name is Hardaway, through the hard way. Did you get it? Did you get it? Like, he would just go on with that. Like, it's stupid. But yeah, go on, bring it on.
No, I was gonna say Jimmy Jackson though. He's a good commentator, yo. I'm like, I know we joked about this before, Sean, back in the day. How like man, like he should have been like I didn't believe he was a bad. I mean, he was nice, but it was like, yo,
He was a whole pretty boy, just
yeah,
on
for
the
real.
bench chilling.
Like for real, I'm
I
surprised he
wouldn't be
didn't.
surprised because he barely got time. So I wouldn't be surprised
No,
if he
Jim
was like
Jackson
hollering
was
like
balling back in
girls,
the day.
hey,
Like,
girl, what's that?
Yeah, but he
I'm
was
like-
like too like for real, like yo man, you shouldn't be balling. You should be like out modeling or being an action flick or something. Like yo, for real, like
So pretty much he will be the next Rick Fox.
but better. So I never stop. Yeah, Rick Fox, he another one, like Jimmy Fox did with the Indian hair.
but you know what Jim Jackson used to. Jim Jackson used to give buckets, man. Like him,
in
Jay
Dallas.
Kidd.
Yeah, in Dallas.
I think it was Jamal Mashburn
Yeah.
too in Dallas. Yeah.
But I'm saying, but like, it was like a couple times, like, yo, bro, you should be out mauling or being a romantic film with Neil Long or something for real, man. Just
need to be in the Tyler Perry
You
movie.
need a romantic film with his ex-wife, Vanessa Williams.
get out my way, Law and Order.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah, Jimmy Jackson, he's good at commentate. I was like, he was saying some stuff. I'm like, wow, he was like the IQ level. We was like, yo, okay, yeah, they should do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna say what Tommy be saying, yo. I want Snoop to do
an NBA game.
NBA game. I want Snoop to do an NBA game, like a Laker game. I want Snoop to do a Laker game.
They won't like if Snoop just decided to do a Laker like joint on his own, I would check that out. But they can't like actually have him officially be in the commentator.
Let's just say Snoop has like a Patreon or something.
Okay.
And he's doing commentating.
Mm-hmm.
He's at his crib, he's smoking a joint, and
or Twitch.
I could rock with that. I would rock with that.
Smoking a joint, watching the game. Get the fucking ball up, nigga. Hey, y'all niggas with some motherfucking chicken tenders. He swore them chicken tenders.
IG Live.
Snoop and Vince Staples. I'm taking the Laker game.
Or IG Live.
Vince could, because see, Vince is interesting. Because Vince, when you hear him speak, he thinks differently from other people, but at the same time, he makes sense of his own, you know what I mean? Like he's no dummy.
Right.
When you hear him speak, you know what I mean? So I feel like later on in his career, he could be some type of public speaker. I could see him speaking at a school or something like, you know.
I could see him doing that now. You know what I mean?
No minute of that.
Because it's like you say, he definitely thinks. And he's not just thinking about like just regular hood shit. Like there's the hood shit that's going on, and you gotta know and understand that those things if you're going to be in the hood. But then there's other shit beyond that. And he thinks about all of that stuff beyond that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, like I seen something where somebody had tweeted like y'all basically kind of like going at like Black gang members who allow Asian gang members of the same gang to say nigga. And he's like, damn, I can't believe y'all just, but y'all let these Asians using the N-word all crazy. And Vince chimes in like, I mean, I don't know nothing about that, but I mean, I can take you down there and you can ask them if you want to. You know, and it's like, it's kind of like, so it's like you kind of see like he clearly is thinking beyond this hood shit, but he's still connected where it's like, I can go in those situations and be good.
Right.
The same thing with Nipsey Hussle, I feel. Like when you listen to him rap,
true,
especially with Victory Lap, that last album, it's like he's giving you game, but he's speaking on it like in a language where people from the hood can understand it. Like he's bringing it out for them in that light. You know what I'm saying? Versus like if you speak to just a regular old financial advisor, he's going to talk, you know, a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very professional business. Like he might throw a little slang in there just to get a little familiar, comfortable with you, whatever. But Nip is like, nah, my nigga, do this, do that, invest in this, think about that. Just don't, it's cool to rock this and rock that, but yo, think about the long run. You know what I mean? So, but he explains it in a way where the younger people from the hood can retain it, you know. So yeah, it's just interesting how people's mind work. Um, you know,
yeah.
You know, we were saying
because
earlier,
you gotta break it down and communicate to people, communicate in a way that people can understand and receive what you're trying to tell them. You know, like that shit might say the same exact lesson, so to speak, in a textbook, but they just, you know, they write and they talk a certain kind of way when you're reading those textbooks versus a dude that's like, oh, okay, he's from where I'm from. He's seen what I've seen. He's done some things I've done. And now he's on this. So let me rock with it that way, because if he can do it, I can definitely do it. You know?
For sure. Yeah, man. And I just feel like more people could kind of do that in the sense of, you know, come from the hood, became successful. Yeah, come back to the hood and kind of put people on game or just try to help them out in some sort of way. You know what I mean? Because we got to do that more within our communities, within our own people, because they always say that a dollar in our neighborhoods don't last that long versus uh, other races, communities, or whatever. So we definitely got to do better than that and try to support. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen certain flashes of it, you know, and try to support. That's why, like, we talked about this before off mic. Like whenever we're on Instagram and the ads come through and you see these different clothing lines, you're like, you never heard of them, seen them before. They might be kind of like a local kind of joint, regional kind of joint at the most. And you're like, yo, let me see what they talking about. And you see what they and the stuff is like exactly towards what you like. And it's like these motherfucking algorithms is on point. What? You know? So
yeah.
Earlier I mentioned the rumor of Dame Lillard Lakers situation. And I personally don't think that is going to happen. I personally would rather see him retire as a Blazer because not too many guys stay on the team for X amount of time and actually, you know, retire there. And I'm not against the super teams. It's whatever. But I do like it when the team kind of organically grows and becomes better, like a Golden State. But I want to mention another rumor that has been going around this week. And what would this podcast be if we ain't talk about some MCU stuff? It's everything's blurred. We got to talk about it. So the rumor is, and it's been going on for a minute, the villain for Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. They're saying that the rumor is it's Namor, and they found, who is the submariner, I forgot how you pronounce it. The actor apparently goes by the name, and I'm going to mess up this name, forgive me, sir. Tenoch Huerta. I want to say that's how you pronounce the brother's name. He's apparently going to be Namor in Black Panther 2 and possibly beyond Black Panther 2. Because the thing is with Namor if Namor was a wrestler, he'd be kayfabe. All right, he could play villain, heel, good guy, baby face. He done played both. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that's the rumor, and they're saying that he could possibly be an Avenger later on in the MCU in the different phases.
Let me ask you this: like, is that character one that you were familiar with prior to this being mentioned? That, like, prior to it potentially being included in, in the second Black Panther film, just from the comics or and whatever. Were you already familiar with that character, or is this something that's like maybe you heard of him before, but you're not as familiar with this character as some others?
I heard the name, but I never.
The latter. I've heard of him. I've seen him in a little bit of comics that I've read, and I've seen him. That character might have been in a couple of cartoons from back in the day. A couple of the cartoons from back in the day. That's how I know most of my superheroes is from cartoons, and then later on comics. I was reading comics. So yeah, I was familiar with him, and it's also a thing of don't worry. Once it becomes official, and it gets closer to Black Panther 2 coming out, I got a feeling that people like Rob from Comics Explained, Comic Historian, a couple other people might do a video about Namor and breaking down what he is, his abilities, and some of his history as well. So, so yeah.
Okay.
I always advise people like, man, if you're not going to, hit up a comic book store to read the comics or whatever, check out the Comic Historian, Comic Explained, Blurred Without Fear, people like that actually do videos about different superheroes, supervillains, story arcs from different heroes and things of that nature. They'll really break it down. And some might be like, you know what, that sounds so good. I might just hit up a comic book store and cop it or buy it off of Amazon, digitally, whatever. So yeah. I was familiar. Wanted to get you guys' thoughts on the possibility, the possibility of this being true, because it's just a rumor for now. We don't know for sure. You know what I mean? I think more than likely it's going to happen because there were Easter eggs in previous films about this character, specifically in Avengers Endgame. And you know how it is with the MCU, they like to keep things on a hush. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to hear y'all thoughts on Neymar possibly joining the MCU.
No surprise. I think it's funny how I remember when the news came about him playing Neymar. So people was upset on Twitter because they wanted a white actor to play Neymar. They wanted a person of color to play. So I thought that was funny.
It's enough white people in movies.
Yeah. I excuse me. I'm not. I really had no idea who this character was. So I guess you could say I'm surprised, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me because since Chadwick Boseman passed, that has thrown a wrench in probably a whole lot of plans, Black Panther 2 and beyond, within the entire MCU. So, but if you're gonna add somebody to the mix, you want somebody that's going to stir the pot a little bit, somebody that you could possibly have a feature film about, somebody that you can incorporate in other films coming down the line. So, makes sense. Had to research and look into the character some more. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. But I was going to ask y'all, actually, have y'all seen or heard anything online where like there's the movement of, you know, more people of color playing?
What are you doing? You tutting, nigga?
No, I'm just
y'all voguing?
No, no, Vogue is, yeah, I'm just.
This nigga look like he tutting.
Basketball.
And I'm not setting no gang sounds either, but no, it's like.
Is he Spider-Man?
I'm just.
No, I remember that.
What was the question, Tom?
Oh, yeah. So I know that there's like a lot of backlash in general from people who are just probably, it's driven by racism, where you don't want to see people of color playing characters that have traditionally been white. But have y'all been seeing things where other people of color are kind of feeling like, all right, man, like I respect diversity and all of that kind of stuff, but these characters have been white, like even in the comics.
Well,
like,
same thing
you
with
know,
the
being
whole,
frustrated about it.
I'll be right back.
Let
Brion go.
I mean, same thing with the whole Michael B. Jordan Superman thing, and how that's the Ta-Nehisi Coates project that's going to be about a black Superman. And I know we talked about it before, and how like there's other black characters in that Superman mythology that you know, carried on the mantle and became was a new character. It was a different person. It wasn't they was like kind of like the black Superman, but they were their own character in a way, like, you know, Steel and
got you. So it was a Superman, but it wasn't Superman. It was a different character.
Yeah, he had on the symbol and all that, but yeah, it was
got you.
Yeah, it was like a different person. But now, as far as like, I mean, I don't know. It's like the main ones is the hit and the miss. The supporting ones, I don't have a problem with. Like, you know, when Billy D. Williams was Harvey Dent in the Tim Burton's Batman, and when Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin in the Daredevil, Ben Affleck, and that didn't bother me.
I think that actually fit Michael Clark, like just the character.
Yeah.
You know, race aside.
Right.
It's like a big fucking bald dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
like, I want no part of him.
Yeah,
but even,
you know what I mean?
I remember back in the day, I remember when Tim Burton said he was supposed to make a third Batman, but it didn't go well with, you know, the studio with the, you know, creative differences, whatever. And he was going to bring Billy D. Williams back as Harvey Dent, and he was going to play Two-Face for the third Batman. And also the same thing with Joe Schumacher, rest in peace, when he did Batman Forever. Yeah, he died last year. Yeah.
Okay. So, COVID?
Huh? No.
COVID?
He had cancer. I'm sorry. No, that was the year before. He died in 2019.
Okay, 2019. Okay.
Yeah. So like Joe Schumacher, he was thinking about as far as Robin, it was Marlon Wayans was going to be part as a Robin.
I remember you telling me that back in the day when that happened.
Yeah, they had Marlon Wayans in mind to play Robin, and also too, like, you know what I'm saying, we got like Jeffrey Wright is going to be Commissioner Gordon in the next the Batman, and I see that's a good one too. I don't see no problem with that. But like as far as like the main characters, when they try to change the race, it's a hit and a miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It depends on I guess it depends on the character, I guess, and I don't know, like I can see them diversify that character and it's, you know. But to me personally, it's like, yeah, make your own. Like, like I said, with the whole Michael B. Jordan Superman thing, like, yeah, don't let him play Clark Kent. Let him play Calvin Ellis or Kal-El, or, you know what I'm saying, those black characters in Superman mythology that, you know, carried on the mantle and became their own superheroes. So yeah, it's how I feel about that.
Alrighty. It's a very interesting conversation because I've seen it both ways, right? If you think of the movie, it was based on a graphic novel, I think, done by Marvel, but it's not part of the MCU. This movie came out like in '08. I want to say it has old boy from he played Professor X in the X-Men First Class joints, Angelina Jolie, Common,
Wanted.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy. Yeah.
Angelina Jolie's character in the comic, she's black. No one said nothing, right?
Nope, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Getting into cartoons. No one said nothing about Phil Lamar voicing Samurai Jack. No one said nothing about my man. I can't think of his name, his real name right now. It escapes me. I usually remember it. Uncle Phil, rest in peace. I want to say his name is James Avery.
Yeah.
Okay. Rest in peace to him. No one said nothing about him being the voice of Shredder.
Cree Summer was
Elvira. She was Penny,
yeah,
but she's mixed. So and I want to say in Legends of Tomorrow, Steel is in the show, but he's being played by a white man. None of us ain't saying nothing. None of us ain't saying nothing when Cleveland Brown from Family Guy, white man voiced it. But everybody on the show, just about everybody else, well, people that played like his wife and his family, whatever, they were black. With the exception of Rollo, because Rollo was also voiced by the same guy that voiced Cleveland. But then I tripped when, the Asian community caught feelings when Scarlett Johansson played Major in Ghost in the Shell. And I felt like, well, as a person of color, as a black person that's been watching anime for years, I've noticed the trend of a lot of the characters in anime are either look white or they look Japanese. And so when you have a white woman playing a character, it's like, I mean, you set it up like that. Why you mad? You know what I'm saying? I don't hear no white people getting mad when you did an Attack on Titan live action film in Japan. Granted, it was created by Japanese people, but your characters look dumb white, like Dutch. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and no one says nothing, and then I've seen it where, like you said earlier, Tommy, a lot of these characters, they start off white. They were created white back in the day, and then as time went on, they became, a different race. Like Iris on The Flash, she was white in the comics, but in the show she became black, and then even in Snyder Cut Justice League and other Justice League.
Yeah, she's gonna be on. She's gonna be on Flashpoint. So yeah,
cool. And I didn't really trip about it. And then people made a big fuss when the young lady, I want to say her name is Anna Diop. She plays Starfire on Titans. All these white people was butthurt and was in their feelings when they found out that a black woman was playing this character. And it's like, yo, this character is an alien from another planet.
Yeah. Same thing with Michael B. Jordan when he was Johnny Storm. Like, yeah.
when they kind of broke that down as like, oh yeah, because the father, whatever.
He adopted. They adopted it. Yeah, that makes. I thought that was.
Yeah, like
that kind of makes.
I wasn't.
No, I was gonna say that kind of was cool, like how they did it, because you know, her being invisible, like saying like, you know, like saying like, you know, yeah, I'm adopted, you know, these you know, she felt like she was out of place anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when she mentioned when she got the superpowers and things like that, she thought she felt invisible before she had the powers and things of that nature. It was something like that, like yeah, in that nature. I thought that was interesting.
There's stuff like that, and then it's also it was another example. Oh, young lady,
The Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know
that situation, and I look at it like this: hey, look, I'm pretty sure plenty of white women auditioned for that role, but guess what? Little Shorty Wop, she brought something different. She beat y'all to it. At the end of the day, it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
She was the best person for the job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if you look at, you know, what you do, Tommy, you know what I'm saying, as far as like your job,
Mm-hmm.
you know, somebody might say that they what's the word I'm looking for?
He's too black.
Yeah, kind of like along the lines of we'll just say gentrifying a character.
Okay.
You know, and it's like
character gentrification. I like it.
So it's like, yo, so he gentrified that his title at his job because because other white people was in that position, so he's the first black man in that position, so he gentrified his gig. Like, fuck out of here. He's the right man for the job. Other people, I'm pretty sure other people, whether white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, auditioned for the job thinking they was going to be the one, but you walked in there and you brought something different. And it was like, hey, I like this guy. I like what he brings to the table. Let's bring him in. You know what I mean? I think they did the same thing with these people of color that played these characters that were white or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and it's a thing of like, yo, let's get with the times. It's not as lily white as it once was. You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, these characters were created back when segregation and racism was going on. You know what I mean? So
it was just more in your face.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
You know?
So as time went on and the racism and the segregation was dying down, they were like, okay, let's include, because they're doing that with the people of the new alphabet. I don't feel like saying all those letters. You know who you are. Y'all celebrating y'all month. So it's like they got something going on right now where there's like a DC Pride going on and a Marvel Pride comics going on that's showing different superheroes that are from that community. You know what I mean? And these are characters, some are original, some have been out for, no pun intended, some have been out for a while. Like they, you know, like I think recently they just made Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy an item. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
So, okay, so all of the camaraderie and the, you know, all of that they would have over the years, where you just like, oh, okay, you know, they just cool, they just rock with each other like that. That was just that was surface level, and what they really wanted to do was make them an item. And now was like the climate in the country, at least, is much more receptive to that. Is that what I'm hearing?
I guess, man. I don't know what to
I'm
tell
just
you.
trying to understand.
I wasn't in the writers' room when they was making that happen. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Like back in the day, they was like, oh yeah, we can make them girlfriends like lovers for real. You know what I mean? And then somebody else was like, nah, man, that's too much. We can't even let husband and wife sleep in the same bed. We can't make two women an item.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just make them real good girlfriends that like to hang out and cause mayhem and shit together. Cool. Good idea. Fast forward. Fast forward 50 years or whatever, 60 years, and now it's like, oh shit, it's primals.
It's
Let's just
definitely a
let's
lot
just make
less
them
than
an item. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
It's a lot less than that, Tom, because Harley Quinn was an original character from the animated series. She wasn't in the comics. She was birthed from the animated series.
Oh,
They kept
really?
her and they kept her going. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
So so with them, her and Ivy, that might have been maybe a few years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like probably within the 2010s. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
No, what
um
I'm saying is, I know it would have been like in the 2010s, but
mhm.
now to me it's like, okay, so I was kind of just joking like way back in the
Yeah,
day,
no, no, no. I
but
get your point.
but
I do get your
yeah,
point. Yeah,
okay,
I get
okay.
yeah. Um, so I just think that with that, I wouldn't mind seeing more just original characters that are POCs um
Hmm.
get shine. Whether if it's they got their own comic series, like they were already known being featured in other things, but then eventually have their own series, or if they didn't have it in a while, bring it back, stuff like that. Um, and just create your own. And when it comes to characters that are of LGBTQIA plus, let them be original characters. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, oh, we're gonna bring Iceman back and we're gonna make him gay. Nah, kill that. Let Iceman do his thing. Let
Let
Iceman be
Iceman be
continue to
cool.
be the Iceman that he's always been over the years. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say, Tommy?
No, I'm
Nice man,
saying like
cool.
let's let Iceman be Iceman. Let him. You know, him and
Yeah.
Will didn't work out, but you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna go gay off of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna find a chick that you can touch.
Word.
Nigga, that's
So
some PTSD for your ass. Like, yo.
word.
No,
So
I'm done with all women forever.
you know, so like, it's a thing of I say, as far as like your characters that are like your main characters, your heroes, your villains, um, especially if they were already people of color, keep them the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that also gives uh, other actors of whatever community, as far as POCs, give them a chance to shine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that works, and we need more of that representation. No matter if we talking Black, Asian, Latinx, like we need that representation. You know what I mean? So and I would like for, and if that character is that particular race, let an actor or actress of that race do that voice if it's a cartoon. You know what I mean? So, so you just won't hear, oh, they always doing this, they always doing that. And I kind of think about like when you watch Disney stuff from back in the day, like I was watching Mulan, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe less than 5 people that did voices on that were Asian or actually Chinese. everyone else was white. So then when they did the live action joint, you know, it was a lot of people that was Asian. This boy must have drunk mad water. This nigga stay going to the bathroom. Sister.
Hydrate.
But yeah. That's pretty much how I feel about it. I'm like, let's just keep it, towards the race and give other actors and actresses from that community a chance to shine. You know what I mean? Even if they're new, especially if they're new, because I know, because I think at one point in time with us, with our community, it was the same. You saw the same actors and same Black actors and actresses and everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and it was kind of a thing with the Asia community. Like as of right now, it seemed like everything Asian going on, Aquafina is in it. And I'm not knocking Aquafina. I think Aquafina is dope. But she damn near everything that's like Asian related, Aquafina there.
You
know what I'm saying? Crazy Rich Asians, Ray and the Last Dragon, and Shang-Chi. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me? So yeah, I just like, yo, let us represent and let all people of POCs, get a chance to shine and be great. You know what I'm saying?
Jet Li can't get no work out here.
Man, Jet Li been quiet since that
Is he?
He's been. He got health issues.
Oh really? Oh man.
Yeah. But as far as
Jet Li came on the scene, Jet Li was on some like, who is this thing?
Yeah. But I know they got the spinoff, the Wakanda TV series. Well, he actually got that, and also too the other spinoff with Okoye, her origin story.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're just trying to build around the world of Wakanda, or Brian Coogler, and also he's trying the best he can with the Neymar situation to not copy what DC did with Aquaman and how they doing it with their Atlantis.
Because he's also right, because it's the king. Yeah, because he's also the king of Atlantis in the MCU. Yeah. That's just like in Thor 4 Love and Thunder. Apparently, is it Russell Crowe? I think Russell Crowe's supposed to play Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they add some more, mythological Greek, mythological characters in that joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. About another movie situation. This is what we about to talk about, man. A lot of dope movie franchises that have been out. We just talking off mic about Fast 9. It's been good 20 years of these Fast and Furious movies. You know what I mean? We all know what the Star Wars films did for us, and all that good stuff. If you're a horror person, Freddy, Jason's, all that. So we're going to go back to the 80s. We're going to talk about Indiana Jones, y'all. It's a fifth one coming out. I'm not going to, talk too much because there's there's quite a few articles about it. But there it is.
Hey.
And I think you can actually, the golden statue he got from Temple, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Yesterday was 40 years since the release.
Congrats. 40 years. Wow, that joint is an 80s baby. Awesome. And the replica of that statue is available for you to purchase. If you're a collector, you're a big Indiana Jones fan, you might want that in your man cave or whatever. So some photos came out for Indiana Jones 5. Photos revealed tanks at a castle filming location from the England's Bamber Castle location. You know what I mean? They just recently begun filming in the UK. Harrison Ford, and I think the villain is Mads Mikkelsen. You don't know who Mads Mikkelsen is. He pretty much played a villain in damn near everything he's been in, with the exception of Clash of the Titans. Matter of fact, he was the villain, one of the villains in Doctor Strange. And he was a Bond villain. Was it Quantum of Solace?
No, Casino Royale.
Casino Royale?
Yeah.
Casino Royale. And he might have did one other thing where he played Mission Impossible?
No.
He wasn't? Okay. So, yeah, he's played a villain in everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's a villain in this Indiana Jones film. From what I'm seeing, you know, Harrison Ford looks all right, you know, for 80. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely on some Expendables type ish, like how Sly is 80, still playing Rambo. And
Actually,
shit,
he's supposed to have been in that.
In the Expendables?
Yeah. Sly mentioned that
He was. Yeah, I do remember that.
He was supposed to be in that.
Yeah. And I believe I saw something saying that he's gonna have a sidekick in this. I don't know about Shia LaBeouf reprising his role.
Just do it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I feel like had Shia LaBeouf continued on the trajectory he was on instead of whatever bullshit that happened, and
well, he got some legal issues too.
Right
yeah,
now,
FKA Twigs is suing him.
Yeah.
For like abuse.
Yeah.
He was real
who's
abusive.
FKA Twigs?
She's a singer, dancer.
She used to went with Robert Pattinson. They were supposed to get married. They've been together for a minute. Yeah.
And she's suing him for what? Abuse.
Abuse. Yeah.
Like physical abuse, mental abuse.
I think physical and I think
sexual
it was
abuse.
And it might have been sexual too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to look that up. But as far as what his career trajectory was, Transformers hit, Transformers 2 hit.
Don't forget Holes. A lot of kids loved Holes.
Holes, true.
Big Brother. Was it called Big Brother?
Eagle Eye.
Yeah, you know
what I mean?
Yeah,
then Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones joint that came, and
Disturbia, all them.
Yeah, like he was on the rise.
And he what was that one? Lawless, and what was the other one? He was in that forgotten the Wall Street sequel too.
Yes, Wall Street. Yeah,
yes, he was in that.
Yeah, so like his shit was steadily going, and then all of a sudden shit was just like skirt.
Yeah. I still want to see that movie that he it's an autobiography of Honey Boy. I still want to see that.
Honey Boy?
Yeah, it's a movie. Right. Yeah. It was
an autobiography, I think it's a book.
Yeah, but it was like it's also on his life, on how he was brought up with his father as becoming a child actor too. He was the father in that one, and he like co-wrote it and all that. It was like getting like Oscar buzz and all that like 2 years ago.
Well,
when it was on Prime.
hoping that these legal issues is nonsense and there's no merit to it for his sake, at least.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also too, he was dealing with like some other issues too, like mentally and all that stuff too. That's the reason why he been like.
So is he like bipolar?
I don't know, but it's he was going through some stuff, and also too, I know he had like drugs. Yeah.
Was he on drugs?
I mean, he was going through
a kid in Hollywood.
But yeah, he was going through it, so I can't even. I don't know. But yeah, but Indiana Jones film,
yeah, man. With the pick, I mean, with the link that I sent y'all, there's a link in that article that shows the actual pics. So B, if you click on that link, you can post. It'll show you the castle. It'll show you the German tank and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
So Harrison Ford is starring.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
Damn, man.
At 78, excuse me, not 80, 78. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
it'll come out when he's 80.
Yeah. No, come on next
Pretty
summer.
much.
No, come on next
summer.
summer.
It'll come out next summer. Okay.
Yeah. So like, you know, I remember he always did his own stunts and all that stuff. So
did he? I didn't know he did his own stunts.
Yeah, he did his own stunts in the 80s
in the 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He ain't doing that shit now.
Well, he was our age now.
Actually, I think he did a little something in the last one, the Kingdom of Crystal Skull one.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I think he did.
He gonna be like, what's that shit that they use on that Will Smith joint?
Yeah, for the
Gemini Man. Yeah.
Oh, they've been doing that.
Let's use that.
Yeah, but they've been doing that anyway.
They've been doing that period.
Yeah, like they got it.
Digitally put their face,
their head,
right.
and their bodies.
Yeah, the actor's face on the stunt double's body.
Yeah,
and yeah, that's
it was on Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys, yes.
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life. It was like that, and then
because I didn't know. Yeah, when he broke that down, I was like, "Word, there's technology for that. That's crazy."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if only the damn CW shows can do that, because, bro, when I be watching Arrow and Flash, I cringe every time. I'm like, "That's not you."
Yeah, for real.
Dude, like I watched the episode
Even
of
Marvel
Arrow.
doing it. Yeah,
he was locked up with Michael John White's character. They got into a fight, and Michael John White kicked Oliver, but it wasn't Michael John White for the kick, and you could tell that it wasn't him. This person was taller than Michael John White. Michael John White had facial hair. This person didn't. And I think their haircuts were kind of different. And I was like, why would you keep that shot? And why wouldn't you let Michael John White kick them? But then again, Michael John White is a black belt. And if he would have put hands on Homeboy in real life, he probably would have broke that man. But it's a thing where it's like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's so bootleg.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they do that. Even with the special effects for the Flash, when he be running, oh my gosh, just show me the damn computer at this point. Because it looks so cheesy.
They don't have Marvel budget, man. They don't have
I know they don't. I don't know have an MCU
unless they
budget,
find somebody who just kind of got all that shit and just like fucking with it. And they're like, all right, yeah, no, yeah, I could do that. Cool. Just give me an editing credit and such and such.
Yeah,
that's it. Cool.
It's been working for 8 seasons now, so who am I to say something? Right? They got their check, I didn't. So but nah, I'm curious about this too, because I never watched like the Rambos that Sly did, the recent Rambos that he did. So but I look at guys like Jackie Chan, who's 65, 66 years old and still doing his own stunts, still in shape to do his own stunts. You feel me?
And that last Jackie Chan joint that I watched, I think The Father, I think is what it
you
was
talking about
called.
The Commuter?
The Commuter?
You
The
talking about when he
Commuter
trying
was
to,
interesting.
yeah.
Was
That
it The
was
Commuter? I thought that was like a Liam Neeson joint.
I'm sorry, my fault. The Foreigner?
Is that called
The Foreigner, that's what it was. Yeah.
Foreigner, yeah, Foreigner.
That joint was
But I
was
knew what
nice
you
though.
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That
I
was
said The
interesting.
Father.
That's something.
That was
Yeah.
completely. That was a whole different type of movie that Jackie Chan does.
Yes.
And it's a whole different type of acting that he did. Like,
but
it
I liked
showed
it though. I rocked with it though. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I wanted to see it.
They're just an action person. You feel me? So I really couldn't knock it, and he did the damn thing. So, you know, and he's a singer over there in Japan, over there in China, killing it. You know, who wants to? And he has mad albums. Who want a versus with Jackie Chan? Who want that smoke?
David Hasselhoff.
Let's go. I watched that over Soulja Boy and fucking Broadway.
Wow.
I'm playing. I wouldn't.
Hasselhoff?
Wow.
The Hoff?
David?
The nigga that's originally from Baltimore, but Germany loves him? Hasselhoff?
Really?
Yes, he's originally from Baltimore. Yes, David Hasselhoff is from Baltimore. He's born in Baltimore. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Right. Never knew that.
Me either.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take Knight Rider,
really
the Knight Rider whip over any TV car. That's not the Batmobile.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. See, we marvel off these series and these Alexis's and all this other stuff, all these other AIs is out here. Ain't nobody talk about Kit. These niggas is Kit's sons and daughters.
Yeah.
Give Kit his flowers, Nick.
Yeah, so he was born here, but he didn't grow up here.
I said born here.
I know what I'm saying, but I was like, yeah, but he.
Yeah, I know he was.
I ain't gonna be I should ask him. Yeah. What's the hottest spot up in Baltimore? Oh no. Yeah, all right, whatever. Hasselhoff. You ever had a crab? No. Okay.
You'd be like, no, but I've had crabs.
He's had to have a crab cake in his life. Probably not from here.
Yeah.
But then again, if it ain't from here, it ain't a real crab cake.
Mm. But anyway, that's it, Joe.
That is it.
So it's a quick update. Milwaukee has tied the series now with Brooklyn, 2-2.
Deuce.
Kyrie never made a return to the game, so we'll see.
Real quick. Sorry, I'm thinking. I got a birthday shout out. Good friend of mine, big brother of mine. Shout outs to Dan. He'll be 20 for the second time. You know what I'm saying? Happy early born day to him. And want to say rest in peace to a friend of the family and my neighbor, Miss Joyce Whitaker. Condolences to her and her family. And yeah, I know Juneteenth is coming up, so you know that's next Saturday. So I'll try to find a way to enjoy that day, celebrate that day. And the following Sunday is Father's Day, so happy early Father's Day to all the fathers. And that's all I got. Oh, and big ups to everybody that's that's supporting the podcast is checking out this episode. Spread the word. Follow us on social media and all that. You know, like, share, subscribe, all that cliche shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything's blurred on everything. And I'm done.
All right, Tommy.
Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
All right, y'all. Well, this is episode 33.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah, all right. Why'd you say that, John? Why'd you say that, Ron? Why?
Oh, man.
Episode 33. Words. On everything.
Peace
Peace out.